I wanted to create a space every week for you to remember who you are, to connect with your soul, to the divine, and to learn manifesting through pure energy. This podcast is for the seekers, the healers, the manifestors. These conversations will awaken you. So get ready to become aware, awake, and alive. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Awaken with Sulkina. I am so happy that you're here. If this episode found you, you're not here by accident. You were meant to hear this message. So stay until the end. I'm so happy that you're listening. Thank you so much for being here, taking the time to be present with me. This means so much to me. And today's episode is such an important one. This was like my biggest aha moment this week. And it simply came from this question that I asked myself, like, what if my reality never changes? So if this thing that I am not liking never goes away, who would I need to be to find peace in the present moment? So like if I look 5 years, 10 years from now, and my life still looked the same, if this is my life forever, what would I need to do to be at peace? And I thought to myself, oh my God, let's do a podcast episode on this. Because I was going through something and I was thinking to myself, like, okay, I will be happy when? Like, I will do this only after I achieve this thing, right? And again, that is like delaying your life. And we're going to talk about that as well. It's like that mindset of, not being present and just waiting for something from the future to happen. But it's like nothing can happen in your life until you make it happen in the now, right? Because the future doesn't exist, the past doesn't exist. All that matters is now, like this present moment. And so if my reality never changes, who would I need to be? What lessons would I need to embody? What emotions would I need to embody? At least for me to find peace, because I don't want to be miserable for 5 to 10 years. Like, if this was my life for the next 5 to 10 years, how can I find peace with it? And this just got me thinking that now that manifestation and manifesting is so normal, it's not woo woo, like it's not crazy to talk about manifesting now, right? Like there is a whole community for it. And even out and about on the streets, like I can talk about the soul and past lives. And it's like my own community does not find that weird. Like they kind of understand what that means vaguely. And it just got me to realize that it's okay to want more. I feel like it's such a paradox, right? It's like wanting more, but still embracing the now. If I were to give you an example, I would once again talk about my weight loss journey. So it's like wanting to experience a different outcome when it comes to my body, but still embracing the body that I have now. And I have realized from my own journey that it is so hard to change your reality, or it is so hard to create a new outcome if you're hating where you are now. So, really, the key is to just embrace everything that is happening in your life now. So if you're going through something that is so uncomfortable, that you don't like, that you hate, that you wish was just not happening to you, I think the most magnetic thing that you can ever do is literally tell yourself, I'm okay right here. And I trust that if nothing changes, I'm still enough. I'm still enough. And what's crazy is even me talking about it, it feels like such a radical idea. Like it feels like, no, you're not allowed to say that. Like you're not allowed to say that you're okay where you are, because what if where you want to be is better? But again, better is so subjective, right? There's so many people who have been on this manifesting journey and then they get their manifestation and they're like, that's it? Like, what now? Like, I thought this was going to make me feel differently and it was going to fix all my problems, but it didn't. So that means it's not even about getting that thing. It's about how you relate and how you feel about that thing. So maybe the craziest and the most radical question is, what if this never goes away? So if this emotion, this desire, this longing, this absence stays with me forever, Who would I have to become right now to live in peace? What would I need to do? What lessons would I need to embody? What stories would I need to rewrite about how I'm relating to this thing? What emotions do I need to feel? If I'm feeling anxious or if I'm feeling shame and guilt and disappointment and anger, could I for 1 second embody peace? Could I train my body to feel acceptance, to feel a sliver of joy or hope, even though this thing is happening to me? And I know that's such a scary thought. Like, what if this is my reality forever? Like, one of the scariest thing for me, like when I went through my heartbreak, was that what if I never talk to this person again? And guess what? I entertained that idea, and that allowed me to heal because if I was afraid of that, then I don't think I would have ever gone on the healing journey because I just would have attached to myself to that person or a specific outcome, right? But I entertained that thought like, what if I never talk to this person again? And if I never hear from this person again, and this person never reciprocates these feelings or this love, that I'm pouring out onto him, like, what would I need to do to be okay with that? And that is really when my healing journey started, is when I started being okay with the fact that, okay, if I never hear from this person again, I would still like to enjoy my life. I would still like to experience joy, freedom, abundance, gratitude. And all of that came from just me entertaining that thought of, what if this is my life forever? What if I never talk to this person again? And what if that was my life forever? How can I find peace in that? And the best part is, you don't find peace by changing your reality, by changing the external, by changing what's outside of you. You find peace by changing the relationship that you have with the present moment, with what's happening in your life. And I'm going to come back again to the nervous system because sometimes our nervous system is addicted to waiting for when it gets better, right? This is what I talked about at the beginning of the episode. It's like you're waiting for things to be perfect for you to do certain things. And this keeps us constantly in survival mode because what we're saying is one day I'll be happy. Not right now, but one day. One day I'll be abundant. Not right now. But maybe someday I'll be lucky enough to experience that. Okay, if you've been loving these conversations and you're ready to go deeper, I've created something just for you. The Become Magnetic Library is your all access pass to a growing vault of everything I've ever created. There are EFT tapping sessions, quantum visualizations, guided meditations, self talk rampages, master classes, and so much more. It's like having a full nervous system reset, manifestation portal, and spiritual toolkit all in one place, available whenever you need it. Look, you don't need to figure out your healing journey on your own. You just need the right tools and the right space to come back home to yourself. And the best part is you get it all for such an affordable price. It's literally less than $1 a day. That's all you need to invest in yourself to start changing your life. Come and join us inside the Become Magnetic Library. Tap the link in the show notes and I'll see you inside. But the key is for you to allow your body and your brain to heal and to feel safe in the now. Because again, nothing exists except right now. Nothing. It's all the present moment. So, what if you don't have to wait anymore? What if you can begin to live just as you are, just as your life looks right now? You can begin to live. And again, coming back to my journey of weight loss, I would say things like that. Like, I will create this course once I'm like 30 pounds lighter, or I don't want to be on camera right now because I don't feel confident and I don't look good. 2 years ago in 2023, I told myself, like, fuck it. I'm just going to start. I'm going to start recording videos and I'm just going to be okay with how I look and I'm not going to wait. Like, I'm going to stop waiting. And I'm so glad I didn't because, I created a community and my videos went viral and I'm here now. And I wouldn't have created all of that or experienced all of that if all I was doing was just waiting, like waiting for me to be thinner, waiting for me to be in a more acceptable weight or what society deems as acceptable. And because I stopped waiting, I naturally got into that space, right? Like I went through my health journey last year. I've lost some weight. I'm still on that journey. It's by far the hardest thing I've ever had to do because you're just meeting layers and layers of yourself deeper and deeper and deeper. Like, honestly, if you have not been on a weight loss journey, it is the deepest shadow work like that you ever had to go through because essentially you are just constantly being faced by your limiting beliefs and your demons. Honestly, I'm not even afraid to use that word because literally it's hard. And you know, I'll share more about that in a different episode. But yeah, back to what this episode is all about. The present moment is a portal. Your presence is a portal. Going back to one of my favorite spiritual teachers, Michael Singer, he talks about this in his book, The Untethered Soul, that suffering comes from resisting what is. Like, if you are waiting for things to change before you experience something, you're always gonna wait. That's what manifesting is. Like, if you're in waiting energy, you'll just be given more opportunities to wait. Like, you have to start living life or the life that you desire right now. Michael Singer talks about, having peace in this present moment all the time. Like he talks about how it's really important to just be okay with this version of life. And that actually, when you start to reframe your mind and basically your mindset, that life is always giving you exactly what you need in that present moment. And if you can look at it as a way for you to just learn something from what's happening, then you will never ever be disappointed or let down by life because there is a universal balance or intelligence that is making everything happen. And even without you doing anything, without you affirming, without you manifesting, like without you trying to create an outcome, life will always happen for your highest good. That is the core of Michael Singer's teaching, right? Like Michael Singer always said that he's like, I don't have goals. He's like, I've never written a goal down in my entire life. He's like, I've always just leaned into what life is showing me at every moment. And I've just learned to never fight anything. He's like, I just don't resist. He's like, I keep relaxing and I keep myself open. And through that, he's, created multi-million dollar companies and wrote three of the most important books, I would say, in the spiritual community. And for me, after reading his books, it was so refreshing for me because it was the first book that really taught me that you don't have to do anything. Like, not in the sense that, just become a lazy person. And even if you don't like your life, like, it's okay to just complain and all that stuff. Like, that's not what he's teaching. It's actually the opposite. It's like if this is happening in your life, instead of complaining, just open yourself to it. Like his books make me believe that all you have to do is focus on your energy. All you have to do is lean into what is happening in your life. There is nothing you need to resist, nothing you need to force. What is meant for you will come to you. There's nothing you have to do to force anything to happen. When you work on your energy, you can align yourself with the right people, with the right job, with the right opportunities. Like things will just happen to you. And again, this is also Joe Dispenza's work. He's always like, you don't have to change matter with matter. Just be okay with what's happening in your life. Work on yourself. Like that is the part that you get to do something is like meditate, journal, get to the core of your own beliefs. And all you have to do is really align with the feelings that you want to experience in your life. And you don't have to make anything happen outside of you. Those experiences and circumstance get to find you because you are working on yourself. So stop fighting your life. Allow things to unfold the way that it wants to unfold. Stop forcing yourself to experience things at a certain timeline or a certain deadline. Like all those things literally give me anxiety. I'm just not the type of person that can manifest on a timeline. I know some people are really good at that, but that's not me. Okay, I'm interrupting this episode because you need to know this. No more gatekeeping. I'm sharing the formula that helped me to manifest attending a Joe Dispenza retreat and getting tickets within a week. This is unheard of, okay? But Future Self Alignment is my 7-day course to help you quantum leap into your desires. You will learn powerful tools like EFT tapping, quantum visualizations, journaling techniques, and so much more. You will shift your energy, rewire your self concept so deep that you will start showing up as your future self. And yes, there's even a full module on quantum leaping into your specific person because it's not about chasing them. We never chase our person. It's about becoming the version of you they are already drawn to. So if you're ready to collapse time and finally become your future self, the link is in the show notes. Come and join us. I'll see you in there. So, what if nothing in your life has to change? So, who would you need to be if your story never changes? And I know that this is such a terrifying question to ask yourself because I'm sure that if you're listening to this and you're going through something that you don't like, maybe a part of you is like contracting and telling yourself, like, no, but I don't like this. But what if? What if it's okay? Like this question is really liberating, even though it's terrifying, it's really liberating and freeing because you're saying, okay, I'm free. Nothing has to change. There's nothing wrong with me. So who would you be? Who would you need to be if your story never changes? Like maybe this is happening to you to teach you about patience. Maybe it's happening to you to teach you about freedom. So if your reality never changes, can you give yourself permission to do or to feel or to create right now, whatever it is that you want to do, feel, or create? Because if your reality never changes, it means everything that you're putting off for the future, you have to do right now. Because this is where you're going to be for the rest of your life. So, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to wallow in misery? Because I told myself that I'm like, okay, if this is my life forever, if this person stays the same forever, how can I shift the way that I'm looking at myself and this person and this situation? Can I be okay with it? I mean, this is going to be my life forever. So can I surrender to it? Can I accept it? Because I don't want to live in misery forever. I don't want to wallow. I don't want to complain. I don't like the way that feels in my body. It's very contracting. I want to feel expansive and free. So if I can just find peace in what's happening, then maybe I'll be free. And that does not happen by changing what's outside of me, but that happens by me just embodying peace right now. So if you knew you'd never be chosen by your specific person, you will never get the apology. You will never win the lottery. If you knew that this would never be your reality, how would you still choose to make your life meaningful if this person never chooses you? Until the end of time, you'll never get your specific person. Can your life still be beautiful? I had to ask myself that question, by the way. And it was hard. But I wasn't going to stop my life just because somebody decided not to choose me. I just thought to myself, okay, if this person never chooses me, then I guess I gotta still make the most out of my life. So, true healing is not tied to a specific outcome. Because again, desiring an outcome comes from romanticizing the future. And that's okay. There's a time and place for that, okay? Like it's beautiful to visualize, to know what you desire, but if that act like of attaching to a specific outcome or visualizing about your future makes you feel lack, then you need to come back to the now. You need to understand that you can find meaning and beauty in every single moment right now, even this one, the one you're complaining about, the one you don't like, the one you're resisting and fighting and wishing away. The one thing that I wish I hadn't done was wish away my pain when I was going through my heartbreak. I wish that I didn't fight it. I wish that I just leaned into it. And I eventually got there. Took me a long time. But when I stopped fighting the feelings that were coming up, I felt so free, so free. And that is the true spiritual path. You're not bypassing anything, but you are really understanding that life is sacred, even when it doesn't give you what you want. I know that in this manifesting community, there's so many teachings and so many things that tells you that all you have to do is do this one technique to get X, or all you have to do is just do this to get this. And it's like black and white, right? Like do this and then you get this. Do 10,000 affirmations and then you can get your specific person. Do this so you can get a text. It's like, can we for a moment just stop trying to make anything happen and just come back to who we are right now? If you've been overthinking, feeling anxious, stuck in survival mode, this is your sign to come back home to your body. Cool, Calm, Collected is my nervous system healing bundle designed to help you regulate, reset, and finally feel safe enough to receive your manifestation. Inside, you will get access to powerful EFT tapping sessions, soothing meditations, and even affirmation tracks to gently rewire your nervous system. You will learn how to move out of fight or flight and into a space where your body actually believes it's safe to receive all the love, all the success, all the peace, everything that you've ever wanted. When your nervous system feels safe, you will stop sabotaging and you will start manifesting on autopilot. The link is in the show notes. Let's get you back into your calm, grounded, and magnetic self. I'll see you in there. I've said this before. This is why I love EFT tapping, because EFT tapping, again, comes down to the notion that even though I'm feeling this way, even though I have this thing that I don't like, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Trust me, when you accept yourself and surrender into the moment, you're not going to be like lazier and then not want that thing. You are simply just setting the intention to feel good about yourself. And that is liberating, right? Because we live in a world where people are always telling us that something is wrong with us and we have to change this. And, if you've gone through this in your past, it means that you are a victim and that you're wrong. And, now you have to move out of that and you have to get here. Like it gets so exhausting. Like sometimes if you've tried every manifesting technique and you still haven't experienced what you want to experience and you still haven't manifested the thing that you want, I feel like that is such a big lesson for you to lean into the moment, to just come back to the present. Last week, we had an episode all about amor fati, and I talked about that. It's about loving your fate, loving your life, loving everything that you're going through, no matter the pain and the suffering, the perceived suffering. So you know that I love to end every episode with a prompt or a journaling question, if you will. So this week's journaling question is, if nothing changes, what part of me still deserves to live fully? If nothing changes, what part of me still deserves to live fully? Like I said, please treat these podcast episodes as a way for you to do inner work. This is why I share these prompts, because I want you to pause this. I want you to write this down and I want you to treat these episodes every single week really as a masterclass, as a lesson to learn more about yourself. And then the second question is, what would I do differently today if I accepted this reality as my forever? So if this person never texts me, what would I do differently today? Would I still force that person to be with me? Would I keep resisting that, fighting that? Like, what can I do differently today if I accepted this as my forever? Maybe your answer is, I would still be worthy of living my life. I would still be worthy of having a good life, even if this person does not reciprocate their love for me, does not like me back. I would still be worthy of a very beautiful life. So I would love for you to explore those questions. I would love for you to leave a comment below. Tell me how this episode resonates with you. I know that it probably might trigger a lot of people because, you know, it's okay. We're in this community where we've just been taught that if you are not living the life that you truly desire, then something's wrong with you and that something has to change. Like, we've just been taught that you always have to be working towards something, like creating something. Like we have never been taught to just be in the present moment. I think this is why Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, and Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul, the Surrender Experiment, Living Untethered, it's so popular because it is kind of like a radical idea because we're not taught to live our lives. Like we're just taught to constantly do something to change ourselves and to change our lives. And of course, I'm a proponent of change. Like I myself have changed my life drastically. But that never came from hating where I was or hating who I am. And ultimately, I can say this with confidence because this has actually happened to me. Like I've experienced this, but it's like change only came to me when I felt safe where I was. So it's not when I visualized harder or did more affirmations or, you know, wrote down my desires 100 times. Like actually, when I did that was the time when I never got my manifestation. I only received my manifestation when I simply felt good about my life exactly where it was, like felt good about myself exactly the way I am. That is when things just aligned for me. So now I'm starting to think that really the key to manifesting is to just feel good about your life and about yourself. And that doesn't come with hustling or striving to make anything happen to create a specific outcome. Like it actually came when I was just the most relaxed about myself and my life. And this includes my weight loss. Like I never had to force myself to go on this journey. I simply one day didn't feel good where I was. And I thought to myself, how can I feel good? Like, how can I feel good right now in my body because I was not feeling healthy? And then I went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, it's not looking good, you know? So again, I never forced anything to happen. Every single manifestation that I've ever experienced in my life, I never forced it to happen. I couldn't if I tried. I don't know. You tell me. Have you ever gotten anything by forcing an outcome? I'm sure some of you have. And, you know, the times when that did happen to me and I did get my manifestation, I lost it just as quickly. So to me, in my own journey, I feel like the best way that I manifest is by accepting, surrendering, and not resisting the present moment. And I'm sure you've heard this many times before, but it's people that say, I'm so glad I didn't get that thing because what I got was so much better. So that makes me believe that life knows exactly what you need, that sometimes you don't get what you want because you're meant to get something or someone better. And it's okay. That doesn't mean that you're not in control of your life. That doesn't mean that you're a failure in manifesting, that you're manifesting A, but then you get B instead. And B is so much better. And it's because I believe that at a larger scale, on a bigger picture, your soul knows better. Your ego can only experience or see so much. Your spirit is like, oh my God, I know you cannot see this in the quantum field. I want to do an episode on the quantum field, by the way, next week, I think. But it's like sometimes your brain can only perceive a limited way of reality, but there's so many more things that you get to experience. But it's like if you're not open to it, like if you don't let life give you that, you'll only experience just one limited perception of reality, if that makes sense. So I hope that this episode helped you. And really, my intention is for you to just keep relaxing into yourself, into your life, and keep yourself open to all possibilities and keep yourself open to the present moment. Like magic happens in the present. So don't fight it. Love your life and find peace in the present moment, no matter what is happening. So, even if this thing never changes in your life, even if your reality stays this way forever and ever and ever, find a way to be at peace with it. Find a way to be okay with what is happening. And you'll be surprised. Like when you stop fighting it, when you just lean into it, magic happens. Okay. Thank you for listening. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please rate this episode 5 stars because it helps the algorithm share it with other people. And if you think that, your friend, your family members, your coworkers, anybody would benefit from this conversation that I shared today, please share this episode with them. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to comment below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much once again for listening to Awaken with Sulkina. And I will see you in the next episode next week. Bye.